Good morning, members. We're a lot earlier today because we've got the win-ahead event today. So hopefully that goes well. And let's see, the computer looks a bit shitty out there. Yeah, that's probably better. So we're up and running early. Let's go through Flemington. I'll go through the card a bit. We've only got official selections in Flemington. We've only got in one race, and that's the last race, official win-ahead selections. But I will run through the quaddy leg quickly for you. Because obviously, I've done all the races. I do nearly every race, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and then certain select races in Adelaide and Perth. And I could spend an hour on a race and not have anything for you. So I do spend a lot of time on the races, even though we've got only limited selections. We try to be selective, try to find your horse that's going to be hard to beat and at value. All right, looking around with this camera. All right, let's get up on stage. Let's go. All right, look, Flemington race 6, I suppose the only thing I really want to say here, other than the class horses, Jolly Star and Temptress, are in the wet. It can come back down to them a bit. A Giga Kick, I never thought was gone. His top form, his top ratings is always in the wet. So it's fair to say I give him a huge chance today. And fair to say I wasn't on him last start, even though I never thought he was gone. I was just looking for a wet. He was a firm track. So we did that on a firm track. Now he's on the wet. And I do think give Giga Kick a big chance. And we tipped Cabalas on Saturday. And this is a really up-and-coming horse. I'd give him definitely a rough chance at that price. I think you should have something on in the wet. But really you'd say it's down to those 4, Jolly Star, Temptress. I do think the wet really brings them back to the field, especially regarding Giga Kick. And we give Cabalas a chance. Race 7. Again, we tipped Pride of Jenny. We tipped Pride of Jenny with a couple of others in the race. We did get the Quinella. We did think she would do that, and we did think Ma made a mistake to start before. She should roll along and roll the front. And I thought it was a firm deck. Look, at 360, that's getting short. I thought on a real firm deck, she'd be the one to beat. She'll do it again, and she wouldn't beat it. But when they're leading on those firm decks, they're just rolling along at the top of the surface, and they're soft surface, and they're hard to run down. Again, I think there's another one that although she's going to be hard to beat, it brings the field back to her. And that's even though Mr. Brightside, when she runs along, he can never beat her. But I don't know if he's had that situation of wet. I don't think so. He loves a wet track. He's a bit like Giga Kick. He loves the wet. So we have to give him a big chance. We have to give Chow Wolf a big chance at those ratings. He might, if anyone can handle this pressure and run down Pride of Jenny, it's him. He's proven he's done it. So we've got Mr. Brightside, Chow Wolf, Pride of Jenny as the main chances. I don't imagine Steffi Magnetica enjoying this pressure. I don't. Barry White, I don't really. But I mean, she's on the way up. She can do a big rating. I give her an outside chance, rough. I don't really like her, but I can't rule her out, if you know what I mean. Same with Treasure Moment. I don't like Treasure Moment. I think it's had too many runs. It's a 3-year-old filly, basically, running against the older horses, carrying a weight. She ran in the Cox Plate. I don't think she should have ran the Cox Plate, but they were right. She ran third, very good for a broodmare value. I don't know. Look, I think she's a champion a future champion. I'm waiting for her next prep. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, I'm saying that she's got the ability to win it, so I can't totally rule her out. So that Steffi Magnetic Treasure at the moment, I don't like them. I'm not on them, but I can't rule them out. So for me, Pride of Jenny, Chow Wolf, Mr. Brightside, I'd be happy just to take those 3 in the quaddie. I'd probably take 4 in the quaddie in race 6. Race 8, look, again, in the wet, Via Sistina, look, she handles it. She does handle it. She's been running plus threes above average. Now, I think that she's ready to go another level. She could run a +5 or +6. And if she does that, the race is over. But in the wet, she might not. And if she does run a +3, my ratings do have Tom Kitten and Pierre close to her, about a length off. So luck in running, this, that. I see them as slight dangers. If she runs the +6, which our rating platform say it looks like she could jump to a peak. She didn't peak in the plate, so she could. If she runs a +6 all over, if she runs around the +3, do not underestimate this Pierre. And we know Tom Kitten can do it. And their last runs showing me they're ready to run their peaks. So rough chances to Pierre and Tom Kitten. If you want in the multis, definitely in the multis. Definitely. I like them over the rest of the field. If you want to go for a little bit wide on the quaddie and maybe have a huge dividend, if Via Sistina gets beat, there's a huge dividend. So if there's anyone that can beat them under sort of circumstances, it's Pierre and Tom Kitten. I don't think anything else in the field can. Race 9. These are our selections in race 9. Let's go to race 9. Been very well backed. I think I took around $9 or $8. Sweethearted. We're with Sweethearted here and Grand Larceny, and they're both coming out of the Caulfield. Where's Grand Larceny? I saw he's up here. They're both coming out of this Caulfield race where it was a very tough track bias to make ground, and they both made really good ground. I like this third over the 1,000 metres. I like this second against the track bias, and I love this second to storm the Ruperts on a heavy 9. He's got 11 starts, 4 wins. He's got wet track form. He's got 2 really good runs where he wasn't suited. I think he could be a Flemington horse where he gets back normally a bit around the turn. He'll just be a bit closer. But there's been no money for him. I backed him. I took under. So no money. I don't understand it, but I give him a huge chance. Stolly Bolly can win. It's up there. I'm not sure about it in a wet track. It's very short. And I think these two are just as good as Stolly Bolly. And again, we're talking about ready to peak. I don't really rate Ballaster here, but Sweethearted, again, out of the same race with Grand Larceny, and even more so, well back. I ran on strong, good horse, proven down the straight. And I think I saw one wet track form. Yeah, a second in Kilmore, soft 7 to Phil Dido is not a bad horse. So probably ticks the wet track box. So official tips, our only official tips in Flemington race 9 is Grand Larceny and Sweethearted. Let's go to Rosehill. We've got this horse. What race are we talking here? We've got Rosehill race 4, number 7, Dashing Rupert. I think at Rosehill we're going to have to be up inside barrier, up on the pace. They expected rain, they didn't water it. It's going to be a very firm deck. You've got to be up on the pace. And this Dashing Rupert, good profile, consistent horse, ran third over the 1350, drops back in distance, but 3 weeks behind runs. I don't mind a horse that's going to be up on pace. I hope Gibbons is really impressed, really aggressive and up on the pace with this horse. And this Earl of Bantry, this is top country form. Earl of Bantry has been winning everything in the country. And Son of Deck, you saw what he came and won out the big race. So this is great form, drops 4 kilos, bit a second up on the pace, $23, $26 before, D. Gibbons, Archibald. I thought this is immense value for the race. I think it can run. I think it can win. I wouldn't be tipping you any horse that couldn't win. I don't tip your horse I think can run a place. I think it can win. but also the value tempts me a lot more. Dashing Rupert in Rosehill. Same here. I've got Rosehill, race 6, number 11, Thrill Hunter. Mate, he rated. They ran the times here. The saddle slipped. Maybe that just he was running on energy, like adrenaline energy. The saddle slipped because he was really big on the line. This is I'm tipping you at a price. I haven't done a form on the trials. I don't care how good the trials are. And I am tipping you this horse for the price because, one, he won well with problems. They ran the time. He couldn't have done any more. Again, you see an inside barrier there, Rosehill. I think you got to be up and in. And I hope he is up and in, which he was last start. So, yes, I'm scared of the trial form. I'm scared of these horses with the boom. But I've got a price for a horse that I know is up there, can do it. So, yeah, look, this is a bet at the price because we know there could be something that hasn't raced that's better, but they want to be good to beat him. Thrill Hunter, Rosehill, race 6, number 11. Good value. Rosehill, race 7, number 2, Miss Roumbini. Okay, well, we went over this last night. It's on the Dynamite tip. We think it's a huge forgive last start. We think this horse rates 1.5 lengths to 2.5 lengths better than the second best horse, Merville Rose. We do think Miss Roumbini can sit on the pace. I think they've got it out in the betting around 270 because they think it's not going to run on the pace. I think it's not going to be keen with the run under its belt from last start. It's not going to be keen, and it's going to get up there outside Merville Rose and hopefully beat it in a dogfight here. I mean, look at its form beforehand. Second to Magic Time, second to Sea Pulsar, second to Autumn Glow, beat Angel Capital in this race. I mean, I've got this as a huge forgive, and I think I like it's got this run under the belt. It's got the freshness, the keenness out of its legs, and it will be hard to beat. It has performed Sydney way of going, winning here at the Gold Coast as well. So if you're worried about that. Rosehill, race 7, number 2, Miss Roumbini, hard to beat, and probably value at 270 considering I think we'll win ahead with our ratings, think she's the best horse in the race by. We might be out by a length, so she's a length better than Merville Rose. Eagle Farm, race 1. We've got 2 horses here. Luton, who not good, not as confident, but a big price. I just think second up here, stepping up to the 1400 is really going to suit, and I think it's really good value. Maloney. I don't mind drawing wide Eagle Farm and the rail's not too far out. Hey, another thing I want to say is really watch the maximum prices. They're there on the description. Watch the maximum prices today. Follow them. Okay, so if Luton Who gets past the maximum price, not a bet. Stepping up to the 1400, second up, good profile. And the other one, Creativity Miss. This is a good filly. She really is. She's been on our radar. She's won here. She's ran second to Star Act here. Second to Atomic Clock over the 1400. This is a good form race with Facundo third. Been rating for us. She has one run here on a soft 6. Probably doesn't like the spell. So we really like this prep. We give this run, and we really like this run over the 1350. Eagle Farm 1400 is its go. Let's watch the video here. We watch Creativity Miss. She's drawn out wide. Look at her jump. She actually jumped really wide, really well. That's her, first out. And she's been pulled right back. Watch her go all the way back, looking for a spot in. Can't find anything in. So he hooks her right up back. Right up back. Look, there she is, second last. Let's go into that. Now, he makes a move here. First up, mid-race move. That's hard. This is not good. It concerns a lot of energy. He starts pumping her up before the turn in Doodman, tight track, to still end up second last anyway. And she's done a heap of work. We like this filly and we like this run here. Takes a while to get going over the 1200. We've got to bear in mind it's 1400. Eagle Farm, watch her here. Here we go. Through the line. I like it. I like it. You might not feel she finished as hard as what you'd like, but remember that mid-race move. Remember jumping well and getting pulled right back. We think Creativity Miss is a very handy filly. Eagle Farm race 2, number 3, Blitzum at the price. If he doesn't win today, we're going to sack him. We haven't really been on him, but he is a horse under our radar. Second to Brackheimer. People in Queensland following Queensland form really know that Brackheimer is a really good horse. 1100, dropping up 1200. This is a horse with potential. Bit of a non-winner. But B. Thompson, Eagle Farm, if they go hard, looks like there could be some real not bad pace, but if they really go harder than we even think, he's going to be right in at Blitzum. This is his track. This is his distance. 4 weeks between runs. This is his setup, and this is the price. So, Blitzum. We do like this horse. It's a Class 1, guys. There's nothing special about this race. And this is a horse that can win a Class 1. And, look, we think it's a horse that could do a lot more. But he is a bit of a non-winner. Like, we think this horse got a lot of ability. But, he's had 11 starts, only won 1 race. The ability is there. If he comes together, this is his setup. If he comes together, he's going to run a big price at $11. Eagle Farm race 4. We don't have a selection here, but we do have a member that's got Chief Witness. Luke Smith, good luck. He's a good horse, Chief Witness. He goes well, but he is a funny horse. I was saying to Luke, he wants more ground. He wants a mile. And then, Luke showed me the post from Months, and they're saying he doesn't want any extra distance. So he's a funny horse. He's back from the 1200 back up to the 14, I believe, which I think will suit. He's a sort of horse that runs on like he wants more ground, but then when he has more ground, he can't completely finish off. So it's hard to find his sweet spot. Eagle Farm 1400 could be a sweet spot. It's not a win-out selection, but Luke, he's running well. He needs to win today. They're a bit like Blitzum. This is his race. He needs to win, and good luck and all the best, Luke. Hope he gets up for you. Eagle Farm, race 9. We're tipping 3 here. We weren't going to do it. We're going to leave it out because we said there's too many chances in the race here. I do give Miss Jolene a chance. And look, we know his heaven. We know what he's going to do. He's going to really run this along. And that's why I think Miss Jolene, even though she's got to keep some handy ones with a weight, I would have a small little saver on Miss Jolene. His heaven's going to run them along. I don't like Navy on the highway too much, even though it's got the ability. I think Warby will be suited by the pace, but barrier 1 in Eagle Farm, when they need to get further out in the track, I don't like. What we do like here, we like Russian Alliance, Sergeant Major, and Anemacore. We think there's enough value, and we do think, even though we give Miss Jolene a chance, she's got to give us the weight. And, Warby with that inside barrier, I just don't think he's going as well, but he's down on the 52. He's got to be some chance. You wouldn't rule him out. But I really like these horses. I really like Russian Alliance, been waiting for the 1400 and the pace on. I think this is his setup, and we've got a great price. Really almost just tipped you Russian Alliance at the price. But now I'm happy to pay Russian Alliance and have these other 2 horses on the side, and we still will make units if the other 2 win. rather than just have Russian Alliance and know these other two will be hard to beat. We tipped Russian Alliance in Toowoomba. It was an absolute forgive. His stirrup broke, and then he stayed at the 1200, a fast run race, ran through the line. We think he's 1400. We think he's Eagle Farm. He's going to be hard to beat at the price. Sergeant Major, he comes with good Sydney form. He raced for us in Sydney, so he's going to be hard to beat. I don't think he's a world beater, this horse, but he has to be hard to beat here. I wonder how he's going to handle the pace, but barrier 6, I don't think he's going to have his heaven too far out of his sights. And he's going to be, sitting third and fourth, in striking range, which you're going to have to be with his heaven. And he's going to be there. And Anemacore got a lot of time for that horse. This is a horse that probably wants a mile, but drawn outside Sergeant Major. And I think he might follow Sergeant Major across and be outside him. And again, not to be far away. And his heaven, with the pace in the race, Anemacore wanting the mile, is not going to be too far away and could be running on and win this race at round at the $6. So there are three there. We've got really good value at Eagle Farm. Really good value. And we always get them up at Eagle Farm. I don't want to jinx ourselves. I just like all these horses at a price. Like, to me, obviously, like I said, I don't tip horses for you just because they're a price. We try to find horses that got the ability to win. We think they're the best horse in the race. They're ready to peak, and they're suited at track and distance. So these horses, they're suited at the distance and the track and the barrier and got the jockey and the track bias. We look at all that. So these horses we're tipping all the price at Eagle Farm. We think they've got all those ticks, and they're all big prices. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to jinx ourselves. We might not get a winner. But hopefully do. Hopefully we do. I'm just shocked by the prices we're getting here up in Busy. So yes, we've got most of our bets there. Eagle Farm race 10. This is another one I like. Where is he? He's down in the weight. Sergio is a good horse. 15 starts, 4 wins. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Track and distance. 5 starts, 2 wins. Distance 9 and 3. He loves this track, loves this distance. Second up, 2 starts for a win. He's a 1,200 metre horse. And what I love, this was a very, very fast run race over 1,000. He couldn't keep up with them. I love horses coming out of fast run races. They want extra ground. Here's Sergio from Barrier 4, M. Haley. It's going to be close to the pace. It's $9. Can't believe it. Some bookies betting $9. It's going to be up and close to the pace. It's going to be finishing well. Let's look at this run here. Sergio, and I'll show you what I mean. It's our last selection we're running through. It's just cacked it here. Let's just reload it. Sergio, fast run race. Watch this. Here he is here. 1,000 metres. Remember, it's not 1,000, it's 1,200. It's got a wide barrier. Gets taken back. Fair enough. That's what's expected to be done. He's in here for the run. It's like another trial before the race. Look, he's just back. He's in here for the run. Now, look at the gaps. This horse, Find Your Own, Scotty Morris's horse. I used to go to school, Scott, back in Canberra days. Look how it's spread out. Look where Sergio is. He's out of contention over the 1,000 metres. He'd be out of contention anyway over 1,000. And he's way back. Watch him finish over 1,000. This is really hard to do. He's right out of contention. And I really like the way this horse is hitting the line. And he's a big price because people think it's a margin, but look at him. He just keeps, look at him, he's trucking. He's just building. And the jockey ain't giving him much. Look at him after the line as well. I wish we could see more after the line. There he is. Look at him. He's right up there. All right. He's going to be hard to beat. Look at him. Look at that. This is where he's going to be. You see that in front? This is where he's going to be today at $9. You can lap it up. All right. Hey, guys, good luck. Confident these prices, Eagle Farm, but you never be too confident. Always bet responsibly. Be responsible with your finances. Never take risks. When you put a bet on, expect to lose first. I used to get caught up in, if I put this much on, I'm going to win this. If you're thinking about how much you can win, you're in trouble because you're not thinking how much you can lose. So think about when you put your bet on, this horse is going to get beat. And then if it wins, that's a bonus. But when you put that bet on, obviously you can afford it. Think it's going to lose. If you're betting $50 on a horse, you can afford it. So, well, I'm going to lose this 50. If you're thinking I'm going to put 50 and it's going to lose, and you say, shit, it's my fourth bet of the day, $50. And if this loses, it's going to hurt, then you're betting too much. All right, guys, all the best, and I will see you in the future. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.